No, I will not be putting on lipstick for you, but welcome back anyway to OG's Danger Show. Welcome back, gangsters. OG in the house with you today. So I just got home from work, took the trash out to the curb, and noticed in my mailbox it was stuffed full of packages. Got two things to open for you today. One of them inconsequential, but I think you'll find it interesting. The other one was a viewer suggestion that you guys, a couple of you guys, suggested after I posted my KelTec RDB-C video. I mentioned in that video that there's a lack of rail space. I like to have an optic, I like to have backup iron sights, and I prefer to have a white light on a defensive rifle. The little piece of rail on the KelTec RDB-C doesn't leave a lot of room for that. So, a couple people mentioned the Lucky Irishman. He makes a aluminum rail called the Rhino rail. They have an earlier version called the Raptor rail. I took a look at them both, liked the Rhino rail. So, welcome to the OG studio. Please bear with the lack of gunfire you'll hear in the background. If you hear the sound of gunfire inside the OG studio, something has gone terribly wrong. You all remember the KelTec, the ugly little bastard, the KelTec ULB. Let's go ahead and first get rid of the magazine. Do not want that anywhere close while we're working on this rifle. We're going to check the action on this rifle to make sure that we are completely unloaded before we get going on it. So I'm going to activate this little lever on the side and take a look down inside. In fact, I can lock open the action by tilting that little handle upward. I'm going to take a look inside. Not sure if you can really see it in there. See if I can put a little light on it. And the action is completely empty. Alright, good to go. Alright, rifle aside, time to open the mail. Why do people like unboxing videos anyway? I never get that. This isn't the RDB rail, but I think I know what this is. Teespring sent this to me. Officer Greg from the Tailflater Mouse channel. These, by the way, folks, if you go over to the Tailflater Mouse channel and if you order a t-shirt, almost all the designs that you see there in the merchandise shelf down below Jeff's videos are my designs. Cool. Anyway, little t-shirt they sent me. You can also get an OG's patented finger wiggle t-shirt over there. Good times. Alright, here it is. Let's get to it. So did anybody have a reason why unboxing videos are popular? I think they're ridiculously stupid, and yet here I am unboxing. Only because it was a viewer suggestion. I had heard about the Rhino rail from Lucky Irishman some time ago. This wasn't a new concept. Kind of forgot about it until now. But turns out it's probably going to be a good solution for taking care of that lack of rail space problem. Alright, there it is. There's this little U adapter here. New little cross pin with appears to be Allen or hex attachments on the outside, and then a very nicely well made powder coated in black aluminum rail that we're going to add on to the KelTec RDB-C. It's actually even a little bit textured. I don't know if you can see that in the light. More hex screws there to be attached onto the receiver end. Anyway, I think that should give us plenty of slots to put a lot of crap. We're not going to add a lot of junk onto the rifle. I don't like a lot of extra parts hooked onto my rifle. I'm a big believer in a sling because it's essentially the holster for your rifle. I'm a big believer in an optic, and then backup iron sights or backup sights of some sort. And I'm a big believer in having a white light on here if you're going to use it for self-defense. I know a white light is not going to cast out there at 200 yards, 300 yards, but as I mentioned before, this is primarily a 25, 50 yard rifle. I'm going to install this. I'm going to install it really quick here, probably on high speed. There's a great video already on YouTube about installing a rail just like this on some guy's RDB. And so I'll leave that to him. YouTube usually frowns on people building rifles or showing parts. I'm going to go through fast forward and stick this thing on my RDB-C. And then, if you guys are interested, although the addition of this rail shouldn't change the zero of the optic that's mounted on top of the rifle, I'd like to take it back out to the range tomorrow. I'd like to dial it in with some good quality ammo at 50 yards. This is my 50-yard rifle, one of them. And so if you guys are interested, I'll bring you along. We'll head out to the range and pop a few rounds out of the KelTec RDB-C. Sound good? Anybody else like chocolate milk? Like I like chocolate milk? It's like I'm 4 years old. That's also why I got the body of a 4-year-old. Here's the old Rhino rail installed. Plenty of space for lots of attachments, which I will probably never use. Okay, you didn't come here to take a look at a piece of bent aluminum. So I'm going to shoot it down range. Probably not going to matter a whole lot that this rail is on it, but it's time to dial this thing in for 50 yards. Again, if I'm good at 50 yards, I'm good out at 200 yards and everything in between, from 0 to 50 and from 50 to 200 with very slight variances. So let's dial it in. Okay, we're going to walk down range, take a look at our 50-yard group. Let's see what they do. I've got 1-inch boxes drawn on this target down here, approximately 1 inch. I didn't have anything out here to measure an inch with.
That's what she said.
Keep in mind, guys, that this type of rifle is not designed for sniper accuracy. It's designed for 50-yard accuracy, and we want to be able to hit the bad guy at 50 yards. Let's take a look. For the most part, that's adequate for me for a 50-yard rifle for what I need this rifle to do. It's not supposed to be a minute of angle sniper rifle. One thing I'd also like to mention, this Rhino rail really tightens up everything on the rifle. It doesn't have any more of that front end wobble that the original KelTec forend had. Kind of a plastic, and then it had a little rocking back and forth, which of course is not good for accuracy and not good for stability when you're carrying it. Just gonna do 3 rounds real quick, just to see if we're in there close to the target. No sense in burning a whole bunch of rounds down range, especially if we don't know that we're dialed right in. These are turbo times, folks. Ammo's hard to come by, so why waste a whole bunch of it putting it through paper just to find out I'm off target anyway. Let's save that for some thugs coming down the street. Not as tight as I'd like. Maybe we'll try a couple more just to make sure. It's kind of funny because back there, the dot on the Spitfire AR pretty much covers this whole area right here. So it is kind of a guessing game, but it looks like I could nudge that adjustment down about 1 inch and be good to go. What would you guys think about an OG rants video? I've got a couple things I'd like to say. Does anybody give a crap? I'm gonna take it down 4 clicks, 4 clicks. I'm okay with those rounds. Those last 3 tell me that it's right in there, especially with that optic on there. So I'm happy with this. Those last 3 rounds right there, 2 of them in the black box, 1 of them just a hair low. I felt like it was low too when I pulled the trigger. Pretty happy with that for social rifle accuracy. I'm sure if we had a scope mounted on there with a standard reticle, a little bit of magnification, we could get some really impressive groups, but if I can do this at 50 yards, I'm good for everything inside of 50 yards. Inside of 50 yards is going to be a hair low, and of course out to 200 I'm going to be a little high, and at 200 yards I'm going to be right back in there. So pretty happy with that as far as a truck rifle and rolling around town rifle. All right, I'm going to take this target down. I've got to get out to the Tauflader site and meet Jeff and Brianna to shoot some slugs. So we will see you guys in a little bit.